Talk with like how do we actually use our devices, especially with children. So we talked this morning about it, and you hear all these negative stories about like everybody's behind a device. What kind of role models are we when we do that? How do we use it in a more proper and healthy, balanced way? So, what's your idea about it?
The most of it, yes. What is it? What's the saying? Whatever you resist persists. Persists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you resist persists.
Okay.
Persist.
You want to say that every time when we actually approach it in a negative way, we make it even more negative.
Yes.
So, like, therefore, I'm saying, like, can we actually use it in a balanced, healthy way? Because actually, when we pay gratitude for all these kind of new things in our lives, like we talked also this morning about, like, when you look 50 years back, we used our finger not to swipe, but to turn the telephone and to push the buttons. And nowadays, that's a little bit different, and not worse.
Not worse, but that's what I was saying. Like 50 years ago, the generation before them was complaining, oh, these telephones, they're not good for this. New kids, not telephones, but I'm just saying as example. At that time, there was something that the previous generation was complaining about and saying that it's a scary thing and should not be there. So the devices in our time is the time, these times innovation, these times it belongs here. So obviously previous generation says, just like it was before, they say, oh, this is scary, this should not be as such, but I really believe it belongs to the time.
Yeah.
So scary or not, we have to somehow integrate in a healthy way for the kids as well. So like finding a balance.
Yeah, or a kind of protocols to make so that everybody knows like when you use it and when you don't use it. Not going wild. Anyway.
Not easiest thing to do. Not the easiest thing to do, because I think again, okay, protocol is good, but there's different situations, there's different times where sometimes we're on the go, sometimes we're not on the go. You know, there is now there's holidays. The protocol that goes on when the school is on is not going to apply now. So I think like just taking the mercy on yourself and adjusting on daily basis, really.
I think like that's also just what you also said, there is holidays, like that we use it for our convenience, like just actually being happy that your child actually can entertain himself when you drive a car and you have to drive to French, or when they go in a plane or whatever.
But yes, in the aeroplane, at the restaurant, and on the trip.
It's very convenient to have it.
It's very convenient, but also now that they're out of school, like my one finished his summer school last week, so from today until the actual school, it's exactly 1 month. There's nothing, and I can only go that many times to the beach, and I can only take him to the friends that many times. So we did have an agreement, like this month you can have more.
Your cat is agreeing.
Yeah. So yeah, really adjusting like on the daily basis, on the as you go.
Yeah, that brings us also to the subject from like the most mothers actually are also nowadays very busy. So when your child is at home and you really want to give some quality time, you also sometimes you can't find it. So then it's nice when your child can actually be entertained by it. Or
I agree with that. Sorry. I mean, I do agree with that. But, you know what helps? I found it, sorry, I found it really working for myself for when I know exactly that there is a time scheduled when I do spend time with him, and when he gets to open up and like be no devices, not just me and him, and like to really have that time, then it kind of compensates for me compensates to the guilt that he's spending time on the device, because I know that's taken care of, the most important part is taken care of, so okay, he can be on his device.